Bonjour, ciao, and welcome back to another episode of the Rendez-Vous with today guest, because we have two guests today from Italy that I would actually never expected to have, just because we started a little beef and a little war on social media last summer, and he actually made us pretty close. And today we have the chance to host one of the most popular band, but also social media stars in Italy. So please, everyone, welcome Lionfield.
Welcome, guys.
Hello,
ciao,
everyone.
hello.
Ciao. Bonjour, maybe.
Bonjour. How do I say how are you in Italian?
Come state?
Come state?
Oh, it's kind of like Spanish. Okay, ¿cómo estás? Okay, so ciao, ¿cómo estás? How's my...
Pronunciation.
Sì. Stiamo bene, grazie. We are good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting us here. We are very happy to spend some time all together and have a little chat.
Of course, I think that we have a lot to talk about, and I'm very excited to talk about your culture, but also about all of your experiences. But first, Tim, ça va? Comment tu vas? Tranquillou?
Bah écoute, ça roule, hein, et toi?
Ça va, good. I was just making sure Tim was okay before we get started. Everything's set, so...
yeah,
it's like a single language. It's like we don't understand anything. I don't know. My French is terrible.
Like, are they talking shit? No, we would never. Don't worry about it.
Not yet.
It's
too early in the podcast.
You would never know.
Too early for that. If we have to fly during the podcast, maybe we'll speak French. Who knows? Boys, can you introduce yourself to the audience who the people that don't know you? Who is Lionfield?
Well, Lionfield. Well, it's the two of us, Emiliano and Matteo. We are two Italians from a little town next to Rome that is called Campoleone, which translates in Lionfield. So, like, Lionfield is the literal translation of our small town. It's very original, I know.
You guys had no idea where we were born.
We're musicians. Sorry?
So that's very interesting that you guys took your city, and I think it's I know the name, like Campolano. How do you say it?
Campoleone.
Campoleone. Jesus, that was very far from the right thing. So how did you guys meet? Are you guys from the same city? Is that how you guys met?
Well, basically, Emiliano and I have been knowing each other since elementary school.
Yeah.
I moved into Emiliano's classroom in elementary school last 2 years, and somehow we had a friend in common, so we became best friends, and we did all the schools together. We did the elementary school, middle school, high school, 2 years of university here in Italy.
Right.
We didn't like it, we dropped it, and then we moved to the United States, did college together, and now we're here together, still together. So this started as a friendship, and we are still best friends, and making jokes on the internet.
That's amazing that you guys came from elementary school friends to today being social media star. But everybody wants to know that how did that started? Like, how did you end up starting social media? Is that for a special goal, or were you guys making a joke on internet? What's the start?
Yeah. So, in 2010 or 2011, we had a YouTube channel together where we used to do comedy skits on YouTube, the Italian version of YouTube, and we did that for a couple of years. And the channel was getting.
Fairly popular.
Yeah, YouTube was still a small place, but then we stopped doing it.
Why'd you stop?
Because we didn't understand what we were doing it. Yeah, I don't know why we did it.
We just stopped. When
life
happened. You do things and say.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't think about it.
Yeah, so we stopped. Then years, in 2015, we moved to the US to study music. We are musicians. And after college, we moved to Seattle with a band. We were starting a band. We were playing around shows, in the city. And then COVID happened. So we were stuck home, and we used to live together in Seattle. We didn't know what to do, and we opened a TikTok channel. And we started making jokes on the internet.
First we started making videos about music, making composing little songs, like loops. We started with music loops on TikTok. Then one day,
Tim, that's
we made
funny
a thing about Italy.
Tim, that
And it
reminds
went
me of like everybody's success story. Like, oh, I was bored, I started social media,
Yeah.
and here I am today.
Yeah, it's literally everybody that we interviewed was like, I was bored on TikTok and then I blew up, and it's like, wow, it's a good way of getting bored. I guess you're one of the only person that enjoyed the pandemic then.
Yeah, no, the pandemic was like obviously it's a tragedy, but like for us was an opportunity because we were stuck home.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know the situation in Seattle was not like, for example, in Italy. In Italy was I would say like more severe, like you know, like people, you were not able to go on the street, you were not able to do anything. While in Seattle was you were a little bit more flexible, but you still had to be home, and we didn't know what to do. And you know, we started
Italy
making
was
videos.
one of the worst. Italy was one of the worst. But
Italy was the
it was beautiful though, because I saw a lot of videos where like people were just like on their balcony, like in between buildings, and they were like playing music and doing a bunch of stuff like together without being together. You know what I mean? It's like I thought that was beautiful, and like that's one of the best traits of Italy. When I talk about Italy, it's like family. You know, everybody is together and everybody is like living and enjoying everything.
Yeah, there is a big sense of community. Like family is a big thing in Italy. And during the pandemic, every day, I don't remember, like at 4 p.m. or 5
Like 6.
or 6 6 p.m. you had to, you know, people used to go on the out of the window or like the balcony to sing the Italian anthem, like
with
all
the
together
flags
no way.
with the flags.
Very dramatic also.
A bit dramatic.
A bit dramatic, to be honest. But
After a week, you know, we got tired.
It's kind of
but,
like
you know,
it's
people
the end
were
of the
still
world. Like, it's that's funny. So how was your experience in the United States? Because you said you studied music, and that was your main reason for leaving to go to the US.
Because you did
Why
Boston
the United
and then
States?
Seattle.
Yeah, why did you
Yes.
guys decide to go to the US for music?
we were looking around for a good college, a good school where we could take a degree in music. And we decided to apply for Berklee College of Music in Boston. Emiliano first did the audition 1 year before me. He got accepted, so you went first.
Yeah, I left 1 year before you.
And then after 1 year, I was like, I cannot allow my friend to be without me, so I'm gonna do it too. And I got accepted, so I moved as well to Boston.
And no, I guess because you know, like. The like college like in the US is very expensive, and you know especially as an international student, so it almost seems impossible to go there and study. It's very difficult, both like for like economical reason, but also you know for the visas and everything. It's tough.
Immigration is tough.
But you know. Yeah, it's still possible. You know, there is like with scholarships or like financial aids, you can find a way if you really want. You know, you can find a way, and we both did it. Yeah.
So how did you guys find this scholarship? Because there's probably people watching today's episode that are wondering like, I want to go to the US to either like play sports or like do music. How did you guys find this financial aid?
Well, I think every college might be different, but like our college, we went to Berklee College of Music, and they do like a world tour audition. So they have like auditions all over the world to all the major cities. You went to Paris, right?
I went to Paris, yes.
For the audition.
Okay.
I went to Valencia, and when you go to the like for the audition, they like they audition you not just for the for becoming a student, but also like for like a scholarship. So like
to see if you are eligible.
Yeah, to see if you're eligible.
Scholarship.
And once you have once you're done with audition, they let you know if you got a scholarship or not. And then once you get in, you can
apply for more
scholarships.
Or get awards.
That's exactly what I did when I left to the US. So I left to the US, and people know because I played football, aka soccer for American people.
Okay.
And at first I think I had like a 85% scholarship, but it was still a lot of money to pay. I think I had to pay between like $10,000 and $15,000. And when I got there, I tried to find more scholarship through like academics and through my GPA. So the better like my results were at school, exactly, and the much more money I had, So it's very interesting. And Tim, for you, it's different because you went to Yeah, you went to the US and you went to one of the best school in the US and you almost had to pay full price.
Yeah, well, that's why
Oh.
I did Santa Monica College first, which is a community college, and it was like the best
Okay,
decision
yeah.
ever because, okay, I didn't have the full. I went to USC, University of Southern California, but
Oh.
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's a good one, but like it's so expensive. So I went
Yeah,
to
yeah.
SMC to save 2 years, and basically I didn't have to pay for 2 years, so I paid like not even half price. I had a couple scholarships and stuff during COVID and stuff, so that was good. But yeah, one of the biggest thing is, you know,
Well, I guess.
your living expenses.
Yeah, I
too.
guess you can still transfer credits, right?
Yeah, exactly. I did
Yeah,
2
yeah.
years and everything was. I only did 2 years
Yeah.
at USC then.
It's a strategy that a lot of people here use is like going to JUCO, aka community college, to spend less money
Yeah.
and then have better grades and then go to like very good schools, especially in like Los Angeles area because all the big schools are so expensive. So like UCLA, USC, or like
Everywhere,
Berkeley, Pepperdine. Yeah, all those schools are so expensive and so like everybody wants to go there. That when you straight out of high school, you need very good grades to go there and get scholarship. So that's why like community college is the best option. So I'm glad you guys went to Boston. How was the experience in Massachusetts, if I'm not wrong?
Yeah.
We loved it.
I could see two Italians freezing their asses off in Boston in the winter. Be like, what does the fuck?
Yeah, there's so many Italians in Boston.
But
There's
also, how cold was Boston in the
Yeah,
winter?
yeah.
Do you want to talk
Yes,
about
yes,
it?
yes, yes.
It's freezing.
No, it was
Freezing.
yes.
What is one thing that you guys really loved about Massachusetts? Is there one thing that you guys are missing from there, or not really?
I mean, I guess the thing that I miss the most, but it's not specifically about Massachusetts, but it's more like about that lifestyle. You know, like in the US, it was like the energy that you have like from people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like it's been now 2 years that we live in Italy, and I mean it's great. But we live in a small town, and you know, you always see the same people, and there is not much,
It's not as exciting.
going on. Well, yeah, exactly. While I remember, like in Boston, there was always something going on. There was always like energy from people. You know, something. Everyone was trying to make it. You know what I mean? Like it was just.
I mean, it's just the U.S.
the
The
whole
U.S.
vibe
is
of
very
it.
entrepreneurial, and especially Boston. Like you have Harvard, you have MIT, you have Boston University, you have Berkeley.
Yeah.
Like you have all the big colleges. Like everybody is young,
Yeah.
driven, and then you obviously are very entrepreneurial as well. Like you want to make it, and like everybody is like that. So
That's
Italy and
that's probably
France
one of
in
the
France in
biggest
that regard is
difference,
the same. Like they're not entrepreneurial at all. It's like I work 35 hours a week and then leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's
It's very interesting because obviously when you come to the US you discover a new way of like doing business, and especially here people trust the youth way more than in Europe. I feel like when you're like 22, 23, it's very hard to like get there. You have to like go step by step and like start working for a company and then like making it to a certain point where okay, now I can do my own business and create my own company, which in the US there's no limit. You can be like 18 and have your own company and hire people, and that would lead to my question, because you guys said you left the United States during the pandemic, like before the pandemic, right? After the pandemic, so you guys left after the pandemic, so in 2020. Do you think that being in the United States, being in the United States, helped you create that platform that you guys have today, Lionfield?
Yes, I think so. Yes. Because it started all like a joke, making fun of our own culture, of Italian culture, Italian stereotypes, and I think it resonated a lot with with people in the United States.
Yeah, because when we lived in the US for 5 years, and we realized how many stereotypes there were like of
There
Italians,
is.
you know, and how fun that was, to be honest, because you know I always found it very very fun, you know, the way they were portraying us, you know, speaking with the accent, with the hands, because there is some truth, you know, like there is some truth. So like we were like, okay, let's get that, like, you know, let's grab all these stereotypes and let's make fun of that.
So so I feel like you guys and Tim and Tom and myself, we've kind of like realized that being like French or Italian was way more than just being from a different country where you're in the United States. For them, it's like so different and so unique that like for you moving your hand, it's probably so normal for Italian people. But for American, for like people from the US, like when they see this, they're like, what does that mean? Like it's so funny to them. It's like me. When I laugh for the first time in the US, I laugh like a normal way, and people were like, "Oh, I thought French people was laughing like this, ho ho ho." Like what? Like
that's the biggest shit. I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, it's so many.
But I never heard that.
Yeah, it's so many stereotypes about like Europeans. That when I feel like I came here, I was like, I need to create an account and I need to share my culture. And that this is why, like today, I feel like we're on the podcast because we have so much to share about our own countries. And do you guys feel like now you're like kind of like the ambassador of the Italian culture around the world?
Well, I think we are trying to bring, you know, like our culture and our country on the internet. That's one of the goals that we have. And you know, TikTok is great for that because, you know, basically every day you can make a skit about that. You can create content around this idea because I don't know, like I feel like Italians. I don't know about friends, but like in Italy we don't speak English, like, you know, like
it's not common.
It's not very common, right?
No.
Maybe now young people, yes, you know, they speak English, but in general, you know, everything is in Italian. And even, you know, when people go online, they you know, they watch and then they follow people just like, you know, like
they
in
miss
Italian.
so much stuff.
Yeah,
only because
you
it's
know,
all in Italian. Or
so like the idea was to bring you know, this Italian culture in English, so everyone can know and understand a little bit, you know, like our culture that is so rich, and you know, we love it. You know, like our both of our moms are teachers, like, you know, Italian teachers in here in Italy. So like we feel like
teach Italian.
It's in our blood to teach others,
to spread the knowledge.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, we are big like history fan. You know, like we love history. You know, we live basically in Rome, and it's so rich, the history here, that really like it's worth you know, letting other, you know, about.
So you guys are raising, you guys are like raising
our
awareness. So like you guys are like letting people know of what the actual Italian culture is. It's just way more than eating pasta or pizza or just moving hands like this. You know.
I mean, we do that. We love pasta. We love pizza. We move.
Do you actually speak like this all the time?
You know, I'm fine with that.
Do you actually do this when you speak to people? You're like,
what? Yeah, I think there are. Well, not joking. I think there are more than 250 official gestures in Italy.
With the hands.
With the hands.
I believe
wow.
that.
250. It's part of the culture. No one. You know. Yeah, like it becomes. You don't even think about it. You know, it's like when you write, you have like a comma and then you have a period. You know, like it's the same thing. You know, use your hands for that.
It's so funny that since we started this episode, you guys didn't move anything. We are always moving the hands since the beginning. We are doing. We all have all these things with the hands.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting punched in the head.
yeah.
Sometimes it happens, you know, like
we move. So
When you guys
much.
talk, you
That's
don't listen
like
to the
that.
words, you just look at
it's
the hands. You're like, okay, that's what he's saying. It's like this sign language subtitled.
Exactly, they have their own like sign language. That is the Italian sign language. They if you're literally born deaf, like in Italy, you're fine because they already speak with their hands. So that's good.
You can. you can convey like a message just with the hands, you know, like there is no need to speak sometimes, because, you know, you just it's like obviously, you know, you cannot have like, you know, a complex, you know,
You cannot have a conversation
like or a complex discussion, but like you can deliver a message by moving your hands. And
I
you know, if something is good, you're eating like a good food, you do like it's good food. If you want to leave, or like you are asking to someone to leave, you just do this. And you just,
so what kind of sign would you do if you see someone like cutting their pasta?
we cannot do that in front of a camera. we will get banned from this podcast.
You gotta keep it PG. You can't ask these kind of questions.
Is there a reason why like you guys cannot cut your pasta? Because do you not think it's easier to eat them cutting them? What's the thing? I need to know the truth behind that.
If you want like a cut, you know, cut spaghetti, you buy. I think they sell like
Get
already.
another shape.
Get another shape.
shape.
Why did you buy spaghetti if you want them
Spaghetti
cut?
are meant to be weird. Why do you have to cut
like,
them?
Pasta shapes are you know, they're
have a
not
meaning.
just random. You know,
They have a
every
meaning.
shape, you know, it's because can contain the sauce in a different way. So depending on the sauce, you will have, you can have different shapes of pasta because
With
it's
different
just
texture.
yeah,
as well,
because it's just better, you know, for the sauce.
Sì.
And the spaghetti are meant to be long and just to be, you know, like weird. You know, that's how you do it.
We have like a pasta called coquillette. Those are like the really small ones that are like the shape of a moon.
It's like small macaronis.
And every time I eat them, I feel it's just so much better than like, for example, like spaghetti. But at the end, it's like same taste.
No, Alex, don't say that, please.
We were friends before, Alex. Per
we started
piacere.
so well.
Dai, it was everything going fine. Now why saying that? There was no need. There was no need. I'm sorry.
All right, hands down. All right, my bad. Never mind. It was a bad joke.
When I was a kid, I used to eat pastas. It was like the alphabet, and like I used to like take them out of my plate and like make words with them.
Oh yes.
That was the best thing ever.
Probably
I used
Italian people learn how to how to speak with their pasta and their letters and their pasta.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They go ciao.
That's how we do in school, elementary school. First lesson is
The
with
alphabet with the
No,
pasta.
first you learn the pasta and then the alphabet. You know, priorities
shapes
first.
and
So
then
that's very interesting, and like I love that. But is there any other thing that like people should know before going to Italy? So like not cutting their pasta. Is there any other things? So for example, like pineapple on pizza or like anything else?
What are the biggest no's when you go to Italy? Like what are the things that you absolutely have to avoid when you go to Italy?
One of the big no's would be pineapple pizza. It's not an item you would find.
But you don't
commonly.
find it.
Just-
For example,
just
like
don't.
yeah, I mean there are like some big no's, like you know, the cappuccino after lunch. It's not like
Chicken Alfredo,
choice.
big
I
no.
love
chicken
chicken
Alfredo.
Alfredo. Oh my god.
No, vabbè, ma dai, ma qua stiamo proprio degenerando. Ma come chicken
I
Alfredo?
can understand Alfredo. You know, Alfredo sauce is good. You know, it is what it is. But with
Vabbè,
the
scusa, ma it's
chicken,
butter with pasta, ma
Sì,
te ne
it's
stai a parlare
it's very easy. It's very
vabbè,
simple.
you know that Alfredo pasta in Italy, it's famous in the hospital. When you go in the hospital, you know, they have food for you. And they give you that because basically you're not eating anything.
It's
just,
easy to eat.
It's water and butter. Ah, dai. Guarda, big nose. Well, we did a video once where we said... we explained a very interesting rule, like it's according to the law in Italy, you cannot go around shirtless.
Wow.
So like, you know, like in the US, especially in LA, people
Yeah,
run
they do,
shirtless.
especially in LA.
Right? Yeah, technically in Italy it's illegal. Which is
Unless you're very close to the beach.
Yeah,
or to,
yeah.
You know,
I think it's the same. It's the same in Paris, Tim. I've never seen someone running shirtless in Paris. Did you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not common.
Yeah, we're not big enough in Paris. We're pretty skinny, so we're just gonna keep our shirts on. It's just better for everybody.
very in LA, everyone is like so many muscles. So
everyone is.
Oh
so
my
pumped.
God! Like you go to, and Tim lives right by Venice Beach, which is like a beach like right by in the Los Angeles area, and everybody is so big there. You would never want to be by these guys.
Because like in the US, aren't they obsessed with the protein? I remember every time I went to the store, every product would explain how many proteins they had inside.
They even have pasta with proteins.
Pasta with proteins.
With extra
Well,
proteins.
Right?
You gotta bulk up. You gotta
States,
get muscles. That's why they're taking it to the next level.
Exactly. Here we have pizza. That's the problem. Pizza doesn't
Doesn't
have the muscles. I think.
The craziest thing for me here is people eating pizza with ranch. I don't know if you guys have ranch sauce in Italy.
No, we don't. We don't know the existence.
Yeah,
of
that's
sauce,
it's so
thank
bad.
God.
No, we don't do it. You know, like when you go to a pizza place by the slice in the US, they also give you the chance to put extra Parmesan cheese, extra chili
pepper,
peppers, spicy oil, oregano. You don't do that here in Italy. You get the pizza. It's a work of art. It's meant to be like that. You eat it like that. You don't bother the pizza guy for other toppings.
You cannot add your own toppings like on top of it. Like,
because you ruin the experience.
no.
You ruin, but you make it
The
different.
pizzaiolo is gonna cry in front of you if you start making parmesan on the pizza. Literally is gonna cry. He's gonna
So I feel like the relationship between Italy and the US is a lot based on like the food and like how they like mixed up the way you guys eat food. But I think that like one of the biggest, I feel like, rivalry and like relationship, kind of like their love and hate relationship, is between France and Italy. Why do you guys
that's
think
a
like
big one.
France and Italy has such a like a love? We love each other because we're actually so similar. But we also
Yes.
hate each other in like some.
Yeah.
We're always in competition. Why do you think that?
Because we are like cousins, you know.
Yeah.
We are like family.
Yeah.
We,
So, you know, with family,
we
there is
are like
always this
family.
thing.
Exactly.
I
We're
think-
all like
Yeah, yeah.
cousins. But I feel like everything started for me, and I'm still like traumatized by that. Like I still have nightmares of that. I'm born in 2000, so I was 6 years old when we lost the World Cup final against Italy, and I saw my 6 years old self, so Materazzi insulting Zidane, and then Zidane like knock him down with his head. And then we lost, and I was like, wow, like I hate Italy, like I don't like Italians, like I was a kid, you know. So like when I was at school, I remember that I was telling my friend like, oh, like if you're Italian, I don't want to be friend with you because we're not world champion because of you guys. But I think that's what everything
we made it
started.
up
What
at
do
the
you guys
last
minute.
remember?
Fine.
We did, yeah, we did.
I remember that match. Yes, everyone in
that
Italy remembers
night,
that match. Yes, it was one of the greatest night I've ever been to. I've ever
I think it
experienced.
was a life-changing experience.
Yeah. Italy went crazy that night. You know, because you know you're right. You know, like there is always like this rivalry.
I think so, yeah.
Is it-
Rivalry.
rivalry. Yeah, between Italy and France, because you know we are so similar. Even the culture, you know, it's
It's very,
similar.
very close,
you know,
yeah, for
our
sure.
history is very rich, and right, very very close. And you know, we like to poke each other and to compete. That's the truth. Which I think it's beautiful. You know, I love it because it's literally like we are from the same family, and obviously, you know, we love each other, but at the same time, again, like we compete.
Like,
on
you wanna be
teams,
the better
who
brother,
has
you know?
the best wine,
So
the
we
best
wanna
history,
see
the
who's
best.
That's exactly what you
but
guys
when
did
it
on
was-
social media when you had like literally like the World War III when you guys were fighting other countries. So like for example like France, Germany. It's so funny how you guys made it seems like it's a war, but it's a friendly war where at the end of the day we're joking and we're like we know we appreciate each other. Do you guys sometimes like feel bad for like doing these videos, or you guys understand that there's a certain degree of like humor behind that?
No. Actually, we're always trying to think about ways to be more creative and more fun, to make it more fun. No, we love it because you know we are jogging with culture, and I think especially with the big ones. Like I think my favorite one is the one with friends when we went to
When
Paris.
we went to Paris, we
you know?
flew to Paris for an epic revenge.
We went to the
It
to
broke the
Eiffel,
baguette in
you
front
know,
of the
like,
Colosseum.
we-
Yeah, I saw that one.
exactly. We went to Paris just for 18 hours.
See,
One thing that's beautiful
Yeah,
between
go-
the two cultures and the way you guys joke is that you use second degree. You know, it's like everything you do has to be taken lightly. It's not like nothing is serious. It's all about just having fun. And it's like, it's something that we sometimes lose, at least when I live in LA. It's like nothing, like everything cannot be serious. You have to like just joke about it, you know? And like you guys do it beautifully. That's why like we love everybody loves your videos. It's like,
you can say, Tim, we love you guys.
Thank you.
We love you. We're
just
family.
saying that, again, like, it's beautiful how, even with those like little videos, where we just, take a traditional, French food and we destroyed it in front of a camera, it's just, you're still talking about the culture. So, in a way, you're also still teaching to others, that, the baguette, is like
something about
it's still you're still
culture.
So it's second degree.
We
At the end
like
of the
that.
day, we're content creators. We're here to make content. We're not here to like hurt people. We're trying to make people laugh more than anything else. It's like humorous. They make jokes. Sometimes people like the joke. Sometimes they don't like the joke. At the end of the day, it's a job. You accept it or not. But you guys went to Paris, and it's a debate that a lot of people have between the two countries. France and Italy. Who do you think should be the owner of the Mona Lisa?
Alex, don't
Alex,
get started,
you said you like to poke us, but Alex is poking you a lot.
Okay, good. I like that. The truth is this one, that Italians. I don't know how I would feel, with us, with the Mona Lisa, just because, it's very safe, like in the Louvre, like, they take great care of it. It's just the way they handle it with safety.
You guys are taking good care of it.
So, at the end, there is nothing that we, that anyone can do, like Da Vinci, like, left it
the debate and what people think in France is that that's not my opinion, that's what most people think, is that there's a difference between the artist and the arts. So for example, a lot of people in France think like the art was made in France and was like exposed in France and in a French museum. So the art itself, it's French. The artist can be Italian, but the art is French. I don't obviously agree with that. I understand why Italian peoples are mad because it's a huge pride. Like De Vinci is such an amazing artist that you probably should think that like all his art should belong to Italy. But again, France is very proud, and we're very thankful to Italians and to De Vinci for offering such an amazing piece of art in the Louvre. So thank you guys for not stealing it. I appreciate it.
Not yet. We're still planning it, but
Alex, can I tell you one thing? When we went to Paris to film that video, Italy versus France, we went to the Louvre to film a scene in front of the Mona Lisa. Oh, it's impossible to find that painting. We spent 1 hour going around. Yes, we got lost.
The Louvre is
huge.
It's honestly, I think it's the biggest museum in France, the Louvre. And what's the craziest thing is that you can't even get very close to the Mona Lisa. Like the distance to like see it, it's insane. And I think like a couple months ago, someone threw food at the Mona Lisa. So this was very bad, very disrespectful. And I think that we can both agree that I hope that person is definitely in jail right now, because that shouldn't. That
was just just awful. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Like the Louvre is probably I think it's the
most visited museum in the world.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Another thing we're both very similar, and I think Tim would agree with that, is fashion. I feel like Italian fashion is French fashion is very different, but also very similar, where we have a lot of designers. And for example, like the Fashion Week happens like every year in Milano and Paris. I should say Paris.
Yes, please.
For example, we have like Louis Vuitton, we have Chanel, Dior. You guys have Armani, like
Prada.
Gucci. How would you pronounce those brands in Italian?
Gucci,
it was a
Versace. It was good actually.
He had a good pronunciation.
I want to pronounce Louis Vuitton. Wait, say one more time. Louis Vuitton. Louis.
So
the second part.
Vuitton.
Tim, do you say Louis Vuitton or do you say Louis Vuitton?
No, I don't pronounce the U. It's Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I don't know about Italian, the French language, it's so tricky. Like, literally, we have so many letters that we don't pronounce. So, like,
I don't think
Louis
anyone
Vuitton is
knows
not
how
Louis
it's
Vuitton.
spelled, like how it's pronounced. Actually, I hear both every time. It's like Vuitton, Vuitton. I just say LV, man. It's like
Yeah, just say LV. That's fine. Just break it down. But to go back on the fashion part, and like Matteo and Emiliano, you guys will tell me if I'm wrong. French men and Italian men. I'm gonna sound very cocky, so be ready. We're like very fantasized. We're like, oh wow, they're so elegant. They're so romantic. I want to marry an Italian man. I want a French man. Why do you think this is such a big thing? What do you think people like look at us as like the perfect example of like the perfect man?
That's a great question. Well, I think the clothing and the way people dress is a big thing. Like for example, I don't know, like in Italy, I don't know about France, but like in Italy, people like dress up even like for no special occasions. You know, you go out to the store to buy.
You go to the mall.
If you have to go to the mall, right? You dress nicely. I mean, we don't, to be honest. But usually
We try our best.
Yeah, we try our best. But usually people, dress nicely in any occasions. While, for example, I remember in the US was not rare to see people in pajamas, like around the city.
Getting groceries, or like even in class.
In class, I remember
flip flops.
Yeah.
What I love
dress
about
well.
that is that we have a saying in French saying "c'est la vie," and it's so funny because "c'est la vie" just means like this is life, just go with the flow. But also at the same time, we always overthinking the way we dress. We always trying to look good, always try to look classy. So it's not really the "c'est la vie" type of vibe where in the US you can wear like Crocs and pyjama, and then you're fine and you can go around the city. So I think it's a very good I don't know how to say that, and I always, every time I'm saying something and I forget it, that gets me mad during the podcast. So I guess I'll go. I'll go to the next one, but the love and hate again between the two countries is huge, and team, I'm sure you would agree on that as well. Is that we share so many things. So for example, like the Mont Blanc, the Monte Blanco, you guys go skiing at the same place as we do. We go skiing at the at the Mont Blanc. You guys do too. We have the croissant. You guys have the cornetto.
Which one is? I love croissant. First of all, the way you say croissant is perfect.
How would you say it?
I want to learn that. Well, the way I say it is croissant. But it's weird. I never say that. No, it's a croissant. I say croissant.
Okay, so I'll give you. So you got to start with croix, and then sang. Croissant.
Son.
Croissant.
Like it has to sound nasal. Croissant.
That's
close enough. No, that's very, very good. You guys get there. The more you say it, the better you're gonna get. But what do you think is better, the cornetto or the croissant?
But do you know that we often argue about this?
Because I love it's my favorite food in the world. It's a cornetto or croissant.
Oh, that's so funny. Emiliano's favorite food is the croissant.
I love it. I just love it. Okay, I'm gonna share something which is not interesting. I want to share it. Once I went to Paris with my family. And for a series of reasons, I ended up eating in the morning 14 croissants. 14. That's my personal record. 14. I'm very proud of that.
Were these the mini ones or the big ones?
14. And with butter.
Oh my god.
The big ones, no, the regular ones. Regular croissants. 14. Guarda, it's not a joke. I'm not lying.
As you can understand, we are good forks here.
No, però I love. Guarda, if I have to pick my favorite one, I think would be a croissant. But you have to find like a good one. In Italy, for example, it's hard. Like yesterday, we filmed a vlog on Starbucks. There is a Starbucks that they just opened here in Rome, and it's the second Starbucks in Italy. So we went to try it, and we bought a croissant.
Thanks for trying.
It was. Yeah, but it was horrible. It was so bad. It was almost a plastic.
But Croissants and cornetti, I think they are different.
Yeah.
I prefer the cornetto, but when you get a good croissant, that it's just.
So
amazing.
other than the cornetto and the croissant, we all, of course, have so many other similarities, and the main one is our languages. Like Italian and French are so close to each other as a point where lexical similarities are at 89%. So, for example, how would you say bad in Italian? Male. And
Male.
no, yeah, male. So,
No,
so
male o
for us
cattivo,
to say
yeah.
bad in French,
Depends
we would
what
say
you-
mal.
Male.
You know, so you guys would say male.
Okay.
You would say male, and I would say mal. Another one, how would you
Okay.
say, for example,
Male.
like appetite?
Okay.
Appetito.
Appetit. Yeah, it's the same.
So and even like words, we have like verbs, like so many same verbs. Like for example, to take. How would say to take?
Prendere.
Prendere, and we would say prendre. Prendre.
Prendre. Sounds fancier in French.
fancier,
French always sounds fancier. Like you are, you know what I mean. You are a bit. You know what I mean. You want to be cool because you have the. No, it's not prendere. It's a ponder.
So I want to end today's episode by, something we always do is teach you guys French and teach the audience French. We're gonna go on a little French 101, and we're gonna teach you how to order breakfast in French.
Nice.
All right.
Love that.
French 101. Let's go.
How about
Omelette.
that?
That's
Okay.
for breakfast.
Omelette. I promise you that he probably knows more about French food than actual French people. He's been saying like all the food, like croissant,
Today-
pain au chocolat,
He
omelette.
has been studying.
If you want to
It's the
say
only
that,
thing that I know because I didn't study French, so I only know basically this, all the food.
you can't admit it if you think French food is better than Italian. I won't get mad, okay?
That's the big topic. That's the big fight. That's the big fight. I don't know. Okay, before we do everything,
This
I have
would
a
need
question.
an entire
Guarda,
podcast,
Alex,
a second episode.
Alex, I have a question. Guarda. Allora, Ratatouille.
Oh my God.
We all watched the movie Ratatouille with the rat. No, aspetta, wait. Ratatouille.
We did.
Okay?
Yeah.
We hate the movie. We love Remy. Okay.
Such a beautiful.
Però,
Remy is a
you
good
have-
friend.
We have, a movie about food, and you said it in Paris. Cioè, ma scusa, ma the rat has to be Italian. Ma che c'entra Paricci? Ma no? Mo sta inventando? Scusa, Ma dai, the only movie about food that Disney make is in Paris. Ma l'ha presa in giro, scusa, ma fallo a Napoli con la pizza.
But because Emilia, for some people, French food is actually the best one. So you have to take it.
I wanted the answer by Alex, from Alex, not from you.
No. And you know what? I love Italian food, like the bruschetta, not
Yeah.
the bruschetta.
Bravo.
And Italian food and French food are very different. In a way where I feel like French food is very, very, very classy. Like for example, like filet mignon. Like all of like this type of food. So like bœuf bourguignon. It's way more like sophisticated, where like people in the US or like other places in the world, they think like pasta and pizza, like it's the best in the world because obviously everyone like pasta and pizza. Like for example, in France we eat like snails and frogs,
Yeah.
So it's very different. But I personally, my favorite dessert is tiramisu. So
We saw the video
So
where
I-
you destroyed it. We saw the video where you destroyed the tiramisu. We remember that, Alex. We remember that.
all right, so now let me teach you some French, okay?
Okay.
So let's say that you're grabbing breakfast with your friends. You're in Paris. It's the morning. You're a little tired. You don't remember a lot of your French. We're here to help you, okay? So if you
Alright.
want to say, do you serve breakfast? Okay. You say, servez-vous le
Servez-vous.
petit déjeuner? Try to say it. Servez-vous le petit
Servez-vous
déjeuner?
la pâté déjeuner. Ce l'ho. Ma perché ridi, scusa? Servez-vous la pâté déjeuner. Oh, so I was born
That
in
was-
Paris. Ce l'ho. Vai.
That was good. You can put it with your hands. Servez-vous le petit déjeuner?
You can try to, and that's all you do.
Servez-vous le petit déjeuner?
That was good. That was very good.
Why didn't you say that's good with that face when I said it? Only when you
That was implied.
Scusa, why? Why only you? was so excited about your pronunciation. What's up? What did I? Am I missing something? No. Okay.
No, you did it right. You just have a little thicker Italian accent, which it makes it even more romantic. That's okay. I'm trying to save
way of putting it.
I'm trying to save myself. All right, let's do another one. So let's try to ask for like an espresso or an espresso with milk. We're gonna learn how to say, "Can I have an espresso with milk and tap water?" It's not gonna be as long as it sounds.
All right.
So you're gonna say puis-je first.
Puis-je.
Puis-je. Okay. Puis-je. And then avoir. So puis-je avoir.
Puis-je is please? No.
The crickets.
No, che so, puis-je.
Please, please.
I guess it's not, okay.
Puis-je is can I have. So puis-je avoir.
Puis-je avoir.
Okay,
Puis-je
puis-je avoir. Okay. And then you would say une noisette.
Une noisette.
And Mosette.
Okay, so puis-je avoir une noisette avec une carafe d'eau.
Io dico, dai, non si può. Vai.
All right. When we start laughing, we have to take a break. Okay, bye. One more time.
So we're gonna have one person saying one half and the other one saying the other half, so we can help each other. How about that?
All right.
So the first one is.
Take the first one.
So puis-je avoir une noisette?
Joanna, però Alex, invest on a blackboard here so we can read it.
Invest on a black.
Però we can read it. Me lo dico così. We have to pick up the sound in a second. Allora,
But that's the challenge.
All right.
One more time. Try one more time.
One more time, slowly.
Vai.
So, puis-je avoir une noisette?
Puis-je avoir une musette?
That was good. Une noisette. Okay. So this
Une
is like
noisette.
this is an espresso with milk, so coffee with milk.
Right.
Une noisette. And then, all right, your turn now. Avec une carafe d'eau.
Avec une carafe d'eau.
There you go. I'm not gonna say what.
Te credo.
I'm
I
not-
had 5 different words. Priesce, avoir, musette. Qua, lui, one word. Carafe deo. Cioè, scusa.
We are getting loud.
See? No, you guys did great. I'm not gonna say one is better than another one, but you guys did great.
Vabbè.
We both did
No.
equally great.
No, but that's great. So, well, now tell Emiliano, like next time you guys are going to Paris to steal the Mona Lisa, at least you can order breakfast with style.
Will do.
So I will.
I can say please, Prige. Now I know that my favorite word will be Prige from now on. Prige.
Puis-je avoir la Mona Lisa, s'il vous plaît?
Puis-je avoir la Mona Lisa, s'il vous plaît? There you go.
So they can bring us to jail while smiling.
Yeah. At least I said it right.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. It was such a pleasure to have you. You guys are such good energy, good vibe, good mood, always smiling. Is there anything you guys would like to add before we close today's episode?
No, I mean, I
want to sing the Italian anthem.
You guys.
That would be so cringe.
Weird.
Oddio, però would be the best ending ever. A cappella di Italian anthem, 3 minutes. Standing here.
All right, now that you guys said it, you have to sing it a little bit.
Yeah. You have
I'm
to
sorry.
give us a little something.
Dai.
Vai. Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta, il municipio se cinta la destra, dov'è la vittoria, le porga la chioma, che schiava di Roma, il Dio la creò. Boom, basta.
Facciamo qua, se no.
Woo, that's great.
We're doing the tenors.
It sounds.
We didn't expect
were,
this request.
Why do I feel like
It
you do
sounds-
this
it
every
sounds-
single day?
Delete this part, carry it, magic, do the magic editing. Yeah.
It sounds happier than our national anthem. All right, awesome. Well, if you wanna follow Lionfield on social media, can you guys please at least share your social media? Is it only Lionfield on every like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch?
You guys can find us pretty much with the handle Lionfield Music, but on YouTube we are only Lionfield. So
But if you type Lionfield, I think you can
Okay,
find
yeah,
it. You can find us everywhere. Yeah.
You guys better don't forget about us. All right, merci beaucoup. Thank you, les gars, and Tim. Thank you for coming and hanging out in the camper.
Oh yeah.
Today.
Oh yeah.
It was a big journey and a big adventure, but yeah, we'll see you soon in another episode of the Rendez-Vous. So please take care and make sure to tune in for the next episode. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.
thank you guys.
Ciao.